it's great.
Where are I here? Kurwano says
Kurwano.
Kurwone, so it's probably Kura1. Who knows more about Star Trek, Mike or Rich? Probably Mike. I love the Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Mike probably gets more wrapped up in the details than I do, though.
Oh look, this door has some sort of color-coded lock on it.
Okay.
What is it for?
Fuck yeah. Sometimes math rock is just what you need. You just need angly guitar solos over everything.
Fang14 says, hey guys, here's a little tip for all the years of entertainment. Also, what's the last really good sci-fi book you read? I've been experiencing a decent sci-fi drought. Thanks. Crisply high my five. Thanks, crisply high my five. Sci-fi book, Jack?
My go-to is always Wool.
Mm-hmm.
I read it doesn't really count as sci-fi. I only read it because the author of Wool recommended it. It's called Abomination, and it's more like medieval fantasy, but it's not like knights and elves and bullshit. It's more like medieval fantasy meets Bloodborne, where like blood monsters come and like people morph into horrible creatures.
Okay.
Abomination. Kind of a weak ending, but overall a really fun read. Wool, if you haven't read it, I know I talked about it just so much, but Wool is great.
Okay. I don't read as much as I should. If there's a proper amount you should read.
There is.
Okay, well, I don't read that much. But The Martian.
Oh yeah?
I haven't seen the film yet. Book's decent.
Good.
Book's good. Book good. Book good.
Book good.
Book good. Make word read. The book is good. It's pretty light, and it sounds like it's a fantasy thing, but it actually manages to have a decent sci-fi aspect to it. There's a series of books called Magic 2.0, where they find out that the world is really just a computer simulation. Nobody is real. Nothing is real. It's not like the Matrix where you're plugged into a machine. Just everything is a program.
Oh.
And they find like the file that controls it, and they can alter reality, and they can make themselves seem like magicians, like wizards.
Interesting.
Yes.
That actually sounds kind of fun.
It's a neat premise. Very light, very fun. There's a short story I have read recently. Two decent ones. One not recently. One's I just love. First one I read a couple weeks ago is somebody wrote a short story that's a retelling of John Carpenter's The Thing, written from The Thing's point of view.
You were saying that. That's funny.
And that is a good read. It's a pretty short story. You can read it in an hour or something like that. And then, if you can find it, there's a short story called They're Made of Meat.
They're made of meat.
Just read it. Don't look it up. Just read it. They're made of meat.
All right.
Just trust me and read it.
Okay. It sounds great, by the way.
There's the core. I just have to unlock that core socket. This pressure plate must be linked to the socket. But it's missing all of its power cells.
Jack, are you enjoying this? Oh, there's a short. Sorry, there's a short film version of They're Made of Meat. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Are you enjoying this? Yeah. So it looks as dull as I thought it would be. It looks.
Kind of.
Wait, you're saying this Rich was right.
Yeah, but like, when are you not right? You know. I mean, it's, you know what? It's not bad. It's even kind of fun sometimes. We're so early on in the game. I'm really hoping that something changes up. Something changes, you know, like it's been a lot of the same stuff. Shoot the robot, capture the core, go to the next glowy thing. So I'm really hoping that they're hello, friend.
It's a lot of the same stuff, but that can be fine if the same stuff is fun to do.
Yes, agreed. And
Most games are the same thing over and over again. That's every shooter it's ever been made.
They ought to help me get to the other side.
I know the chat's gonna bring up. Well, this shooter did this and this differently, and it's not that way the whole game. But I mean, in general,
yeah,
most games you're doing the same thing repeatedly.
Right. And so far, there's not a ton holding my interest. But we're very, very early.
Yeah, this so screams next gen gaming.
Yeah, you know, it almost makes you wonder if this was supposed to be an Xbox One launch title. That, you know, that was like just there to
What we're saying is Keiji and Fune sucks. Is that
that's
is that the point?
That's kind of what I'm saying here. But I don't know. You know what? Let me finish it out. Like, do you want to play it all? Am I?
No,
hungry?
I have no interest in playing this whatsoever.
Okay, let me get a little more playtime in then, and we'll make our final decision. Wow.
I can try and play it if you want to just interact with traffic. You know, we can switch on.
Sure.
That's not a big deal. I'm just saying, if you're saying, do I want to?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Okay, no, that's fair.
But I will. I will for the sake of the stream.
Sure. What? No, that's fair.
Kage and Fune. All right.
Kaiji.
Kaiji?
I looked this up before our episode, and according to people, it's Kaiji.
It's fine. It's fine.
Inafune. Kaiji Inafune. Hello. Friend. Hello, battery friend.
Skulltola House says, hot take, Rich intentionally spews radical, controversial theories to force chat into sub-only mode, cause non-subs to pony up for a subscription profit. No, that's not why I do it.
No, in fact, if you remember last stream, we told all of our mods to ease up on the... So, a double up. Hey, mods.
Ease up.
Ease up on the whole deleting comments and stuff. We can loosen up a little bit.
The chat has to be getting out of hand before
Yeah.
measures need to be taken.
And obviously, we don't want it to get out of hand, but let's just be cool.
Human beings are capable of having a civilized discussion.
Absolutely. So yeah, start easing the reins a little bit. Obviously, if things get nuts, fuck yeah, lock it down. But it's okay to loosen up a little bit. Did I get them all? Got them all.
All right. Nanim says, are there any movies that made you physically sick?
Physically sick. I mean, not like to the point of vomit, but I saw Cronenberg's Fly when I was younger, and man, when he starts changing into Brundlefly, that burns into your brain, and
I don't know that I would say that made me sick though. It's wonderfully disgusting.
it's wonderfully disgusting.
I'm trying to think of something that actually made me sick, and I can't.
Even thinking about it now. Ugh.
Though I did see clips of Society recently, and that comes close. That comes damn close.
All right.
Though somebody could probably is one of those things where there's probably something out there that's made me a little bit squeamish, but not thinking of it.
Oh, right.
Carrie Lasher says, haven't been on for a while. I've been binge watching RLM again as it seems to somehow happen for no good reason. Hope you guys are well. Did you get married, Rich Evans? I loved everybody. Step one was getting her butt up here, which just happened last month.
Right.
Step two is her getting settled in, getting the job. She hasn't started yet at the new job, so settled in. And then I think we can really think about it. But
right.
it's largely in her hands. I will go to if she wants, I will go to a justice of the peace tonight. If she wants.
You hear that, Karen, who may or may not be watching? She's probably not watching. Speaking of binge watching, I had all these plans this week. Mm-hmm. I know it's only Wednesday. My week's not over yet. This week was going to be my week of catching up. Yeah. I'm going to watch a bunch of movies. We're not particularly working on an episode right now. All my other work is taken care of. And so this was going to be my week of watching movies to catch up with all the shit that I've missed.
Okay.
And so on Monday, I decided to put something on in the background while I checked emails. And, I check our Twitter every once in a while, make sure I'm keeping up with people, fix a couple. We got some new graphics for previously recorded. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone has noticed on our YouTube page and on our Twitch page. Now we got some new graphics and they look awesome. And I really like them. So, just doing some random house cleans. Like, oh, you know what? I've been catching up. I've been rewatching Daredevil Season 2 and Jessica Jones to prepare myself for Luke Cage. I'll put on an episode of Jessica Jones.
Do you really need to watch those to prepare for Luke Cage?
Well, Jessica Jones, yeah. Luke Cage is a big part of Jessica Jones.
Okay.
But, Daredevil's like, I wanted to rewatch that anyway. And I was kind of over,
No, that's fine.
So I put on an episode of Jessica Jones. And that has been all week for me, is now binge watching Jessica Jones again.
Yeah.
And it is way better the second time. I liked it the first time through, but goddamn, is that a good show. That is just a fine, fine show. So I didn't watch any of the movies I wanted to watch because I rewatched Jessica Jones. And now I'm finally over with that.
He's finally left to I'm not sure what he found, what he's got going on. My brother was staying at my place for a bit. And lately, my binge watching has been cheering him up. We've been watching Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Nice.
And me and Karen made him watch Stranger Things.
Yes.
He enjoyed it.
As he should. What? Why wasn't I extracting?
Anonymous says, what is your favorite place you have traveled to? I'm not a big traveler. My ideal vacation is like just chilling out at home. That's my ideal vacation.
You gotta get out there, Rich.
She got like going downtown to enjoy the bike trail, traveling. I don't do much of it. It's not for me.
Gotta get out there. And for me, it's Africa.
Yeah.
I got to go to South Africa for a video shoot, and it's the absolute furthest away I've ever been. And it's so different, and that's what traveling is all about. And I got to hang out with some people I really enjoy for a week and a half in South Africa, and there was like a big snafu, mm-hmm. and the hotel we were going to stay at didn't really pan out. And so there were 4 of us staying in quite literally a garden shed. The people who brought us down, our producers who brought us down to shoot this video, it is High Five World Cup, for anyone wondering. We got to go down for the World Cup. Our hotel thing got mixed up, and every hotel everywhere was booked up because of the World Cup.
Yeah.
They had rented a house for like a dozen of their people, and there was a garden shed with concrete floors for the 4 of us to sleep in the backyard.
Oh, how pleasant.
But it's just one of those experiences where
But hey, you didn't get AIDS.
I didn't get AIDS.
So
No, but like just 4 of us, good friends. We've known each other
didn't
forever.
get AIDS, right?
I started losing my hair shortly after that.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what that means, but
I'm sorry. All right,
no.
so you're friends.
well, it was just one of those experiences where it was obviously a weird situation, but 4 of us, good friends, shooting a video, editing at night, just being in fucking Africa. We went to his little safari, saw lions and giraffes and shit. We got to feed a giraffe. Like, they don't have laws like they have here.
How flexible are their damn necks?
They get all the way to the ground.
Like, how like this or like this, or something in between.
Just their neck.
Like, does it bend much, or is it like one of those those birds like dip in the glass? Does it like that?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
But it does bend a little bit. They can get all the way to the ground. But
I'm always curious how flexible those damn necks are.
they're very flexible.
Okay.
And so it's like, we got to just we got to go in one of those trucks where the lions attack the trucks because they don't give a shit about like consumer safety in Africa. It was amazing. It was just amazing. And it's one of those life experiences that weapon up. Oh, great. That I just have now, and that's beautiful. Like, during that trip, we conned our way into an ESPN press conference.
Conned.
We, because the whole idea with these high five videos is get as many locations and celebrities as you can in your video.
Yeah.
That's what they're all about. And so for this one, it was just sports people and African locations because we're in Africa, right?
Yeah.
And we had a couple contacts here and there. So like we got to shoot with the U.S. team one day, and like we just got a whole bunch of them. It was during their practice, but we needed more sports people. And I don't know anything about sports, and luckily one of our producers did. And so we pull up to one of their newly built stadiums, and it's just all of us in a minivan, and an armed guard stops us because, again, it's Africa. They don't give a shit about anything. They have armed guards. We conned our way into the front gate. Mm-hmm. And where the armed guard...
How did you con your way into the front gate?
Okay. It was great.
Specifically. I need specifics.
It was great. This was a fantastic time. So the armed guard says, tells us to turn around, and we go, oh no, we're here for a shoot, and I hold up the video camera that I have, and the armed guard goes, no, I don't think so, and the our producer, who's just the slickest talking guy in the world, he's just like, no, absolutely, we're supposed to be here for a shoot. Jennifer inside, call her up and let her know. And the guy goes, let me see your IDs.
The key
Yeah.
to being a place you're not supposed to be is acting like you belong there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And so he asked for our IDs, which does nothing because, like, I have a Wisconsin driver's license.
Right.
He looks at him. Yeah, go ahead. But that just gets us into the compound, because it's still like a soccer stadium, right? Then, but so now we have one chink in the armor. So we drive around the soccer stadium until we see a big group of cars.
Was this worth possibly being in a South African prison?
Well, we would have talked our way out of that.
Because AIDS, Jack.
So we drive around the stadium until we see a big clump of cars. And we just go to the clump of cars. We have no idea what we're doing. There's a clump of cars there. There must be people there. Again, we run into our second guard, our second wave of security.
Second armed guard.
And, these are people who are freshly hired. They probably have not been trained well. And for this one, I take lead on it. And I have my big camera bag, and I have my rig ready to go. And so the guard starts coming up to us, and all I do is like swing my bag around and go, finally, you're here to take us? Because that's step number 2 is be a little indignant, because if you're supposed to be there, you can be a little indignant.
Yeah.
And the guy looks at me and I was like, you're here to take us, right? And he's like, the press conference? And I was like, yes, we're here for the press conference. We didn't know there was a press conference, Rich. We didn't know what was there.
Check.
What? This is years ago. And so eventually, so he's just like, oh yeah, right over here. So he lets us in the door and then, points us in the right direction. Oh, thanks so much. You really saved your butts. We run up and catch the last bit of an ESPN press conference. And so it's like a bunch of real reporters with lacquers.
Yeah.
And everything. And so we're just kind of sitting there. I'm the only one with the camera. Some guy's giving a little talk and there's some people up there. And they get done with their little talk and they go, okay, so now, we're going to go on to the field and everyone will get blah, blah with this. And he's starting going over the thing okay. And so now we're...
What are you actually hoping to do?
What we want to do is get athletes, to get celebrity athletes.
Yeah.
Because that, if a celebrity athlete is in the video, you can tag them in the video.
Are you hoping to actually get them to do a high five?
Either them do a high five or literally the whole high five shtick, they just need to be in the shot somewhere and then our two high fivers high five.
Okay.
Or to get onto a field, a proper soccer or football pitch. We just want to go, we just need something, right?
Uh-huh.
And so now we're part of a group. So we waited and, some people leave and now we're part of a group of reporters.
This story is great.
I'm surprised I've never told this story
No,
before.
I've never heard this.
Oh. So now we're part of a group and we all get ushered out onto the pitch. The pitch is where they play soccer, the soccer field. And, there's this one special area where we're supposed to be. But all of a sudden, someone notices that we don't have...
Yeah.
Everyone gets what do they call those?
The badge thing.
The necklace with the laminated thing on it. Where's your lacquer or whatever they call it? Where's your badge? And I was like, and for me, I have the camera, so luckily I get the luxury of playing dumb. I go, they didn't tell me I needed a badge. I'm just here shooting. They're like, who are you shooting? And I point to my two guys. I'm like, oh, we're shooting. Who are you here with? What's going? They think it's just a paperwork mess up. Who are you? A Funny or Die? Oh, I thought I remembered something about that. Hold on for a second. I'm doing that. I don't know. Everything here is so messed up.
Yeah.
Let me hold on for a second. They run away. We assume that they're gonna go double check their information. It's quick shoot. So we shot a shot over here. We shot a shot over here. They come back with our fucking lanyards. They come back, and it doesn't have our names on it. It just has Funny or Die written on it. And he's like, so sorry about this. Absolutely. Okay. And then he goes, what do you guys need? Because that's his job. He's the press coordinator. He makes sure that stuff is going to happen. And so then it's well, who's on the plane? Oh, So we got a couple really great shots with some other TV personalities, a great shot of the pitch, and it turned out to be a really winner of a day. Yeah.
Good work.
Oh no, there are so many little stories like that of us conning our way into stuff. We got to shoot with I'll save this story for another time because I got to stretch out the stories. What is his name now? Sun Kim Moon, the Secretary of the United Nations.
No.
We conned our way into a high five with him. I forget his fucking name, but we have a lot of little stories like that.
You should start doling them out.
Well, there's one. You get one. What am I?
Where am I at? Oh my god. We got so many tips. This is unbelievable. Tour guide Nixon says, Jack,
Yeah.
if I sent you a mixtape with some music I think you'd like on it, would you be able to listen to it?
Like a cassette?
That's what they're saying. Nobody seems to own tape decks or Walkmans anymore except miserable hipsters like me. So it is a cassette.
I am apparently not a miserable hipster. I do not own anything that will play a cassette.
There you have it.
I'm sorry. If you also send along some sort of cassette, well, no, because then I don't even have speakers. No, I have no way to listen to a cassette, and I'm very sorry. If you send me like a CDR, I can listen to that. But I know hipsters think that there's something inherently better about cassettes, but
No, that's not true at all.
They've
been discarded for a reason.
Yeah, I mean I agree.
Tisson says,
Listen,
Richard and Jack,
yes.
have any of you seen Citizen 4, the Laura Poitras documentary about Snowden? If not, please do. Also, what's your opinion on the Iraq War, ISIS, and the Columbine shootings? Well,
Let's just get this out of the way.
Strife Introverse says, played Dishonored before the sequel drops in November. You will love it. Red Letter Media was an inside job. LOL. Shabooble my jizz doodler.
Wow. Ooh.
Shabooble my jizz doodler. LOL.
Wow.
Let me get this right. LOL. Shabooble my jizz doodler.
That's exciting.
I know I should play Dishonored. I need the time. I need the time in my life to do it.
That's the problem.
I know I'm gonna be busy the next 2 days.
Oh yeah, you have something important to do for the next 2 days?
Yep.
Making some sort of video project?
It's not an episode.
It's not an episode?
It's not an episode.
It's not an episode, but you're shooting some sort of video project the next couple days?
The Off Switch says, Rich, if you had to cosplay as a non-human character from the film Dr. Dolittle, which non-human Dr. Dolittle character would it be? I have not seen Dr. Dolittle. I'm sorry. I cannot answer that question.
Backfired on you.
Mega Bionic Frog says, I recently got a copy of my old N64 favorite, Conker's Bad 4 Day. Fun story and great multiplayer. What are your thoughts on the game? I haven't played the game.
You haven't played it at all?
No.
Oh. I mean, I played it back in the day, but it's been far too long. I don't remember anything about it. I thought that was just one of those games that everybody kind of played.
Trader... No, wait, we went over this recently, and I was saying this wrong.
Trader to
Zinch!
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to know that...
The T is silent?
That the T is silent, that's part of it. Okay. Too tired to make a real comment. 2:40 a.m. Hope you've had a good day, and that my name drives you to greater madness. See you next time. Also, maybe stand-up? We haven't stood up in a while. The stand-up timer has disappeared.
You know what? The
from
stand-up
the proceedings.
You're right. We should probably stand up. It's important.
Loner Archon says, Jack.
I'm Jack.
When will you share your Fred Savage story? Also, what is this movie called Partners that you speak of in the interview?
Okay. Also,
Partners is amazing. That's all Partners is.
Who gave us that interview again? Killscreen Cinema. Listen, when I say I'm not going to tell a story, you also have to cut out of the podcast the setup to the story that I'm not going to tell. Just a quick hint. You're also supposed to cut out that part. No, I'm not going to tell my Fred Savage story because I probably will never have a relationship with Fred Savage, but
it's unprofessional.
It would be unprofessional of me to tell.
Look, you got the South Africa story,
and
that's worth its weight in 10 Fred Savage stories.
I have several stories about lying my way into events. I will share all of those stories Rich heard the Fred Savage story. It's probably not even that good.
Nah, it's not really.
It's not really that good. So
Anonymous says, Jack,
I'm Jack.
and Rich too, but probably more Jack.
Okay.
Did you ever watch Homestar Runner back in the day?
Fuck yeah.
And if so, what do you think? Love the streams, both of you. Keep up the great work. I've just seen a little bit of Strong Bad. That's all I know.
Strong Bad's great.
I've heard him respond to mail or something.
Yep.
I can't say I'm a huge fan, though. That would obviously be a lie.
Oh, yeah, I loved it back in the day, and especially Homestar Runner or not Homestar, Strong Bad's Teenage Girl Squad.
I'm familiar with it because everyone always used to say that Plinkett sounded like Strong Bad. What is a Strong Bad?
Strong Bad's the wrestler guy.
I looked it up after like that.
Oh, okay. But he like in the world of Homestar Runner, Strong Bad made his own comic called Teenage Girl Squad, and he does all the voices for all the different girls, and it's like Lilith, Courtney, the ugly one. It's very funny.
Okay.
It's very, very funny. But yeah, I was a fan of Homestar Runner back in the day.
The Blue Blaze says, in the Firewatch review,
Yep.
you didn't talk much about what happens in the story. Were you disappointed with the ending? If so, what do you think would have been better? Opinions on walking simulators. Walking simulators are worthless as a game, just make your film. But I like the ending. It was appropriate for the characters.
Yes, I agree. So we didn't talk much about the actual story because we didn't want to spoil anything, and literally the whole point of Firewatch is to experience the story. So I guess also spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, we're about to talk about the ending of Firewatch. If you have any interest in playing Firewatch and enjoying the story, like mute it for 2 minutes. Now. In the end of Firewatch.
By the way, I never get sick of reading Rich is Right again. I never get sick of reading that.
That's great.
Yeah.
In the ending of Firewatch, your character's wife died in the beginning of Firewatch, and the whole game takes place while you are talking with this new lady on the phone.
New lady. The way it sounded like you said nude.
Which
is entirely different.
We don't know what she's wearing, Rich, in my head. No, this new lady, and developing a relationship with her. And that's kind of a big part of the story, and the character is getting over the...
I will wave my hands like this when the spoilers are done.
Yeah. And finally, after a bunch of wacky misadventures, you think you are going to meet this new lady, and she already left, and she just knows that's just like, no, it's just not going to work. We shouldn't meet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it ends, not meeting. And I thought it was very appropriate.
Okay.
Because it wasn't about your relationship. The story was not about your relationship with her.
Yeah.
It was about dealing with the loss of your wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Are you done?
I am done.
Okay.
For anyone who is listening, tell people spoilers over.
And that's when he sacrificed his life to save the lady who was on the other end of the line.
And they made out for 20 minutes during the credits.
Well, no, because he was dying. He jumped in front of the bullet.
Oh, you got the bullet ending.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get the bullet
That's
ending.
when you actually find the killer.
This is, like I like games that make you replay it for different endings. I got a whole different ending where I died of oak poisoning.
That's weird.
Yeah. You didn't get the little mini game where you had to eat all of the plants? No. Apparently I chose wrong.
Huh.
It ended with my insides itching to death. To death.
Anonymous says, any chance of the Knights of the Old Republic 2 stream? No. Only Child says, Jack.
Yeah.
I started watching Supergirl because of your recommendation, and I think I love it. It's a little corny and hokey, and a ton of fun. When Jimmy Olsen first showed up, I burst out laughing.
Yeah. Definitely hokey. And it doesn't get much better, but it's kind of fun. and I hated that it's so cheesy. I'm very interested to see where they go with it now that it's on CW. Especially knowing that they're bringing Superman in now, and it's a totally different Superman.
Oh, they're talking about. I was thinking of the movie.
Oh, Supergirl?
Yeah, I'm like, is Jimmy Olsen in that? Did he have a cameo? I don't remember.
The TV show.
Okay.
The Supergirl TV show. It's I think it's more bad than good. But some of the good, Rich. Just a little bit of the good is pretty good. But overall it's pretty bad.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's like this, Rich.
I'm never gonna watch the show. I'm never ever going to watch the show.
I actually gave up on it after a few episodes just because I thought it was so bad. But then I rewatched it all because I knew the Flash was going to be on it. There was going to be the Flash crossover.
So you had to watch the whole thing just to catch
I wanted
up?
to catch up. I wanted to catch up. What if I missed something? And then it's, the Flash crosses dimensions and hangs out with Supergirl for a day. And it was the most fun episode ever.
Yeah.
Even though it totally sucked. Like, the villains were terrible and their motivations sucked. And the Flash didn't really do anything to save the day. He had no purpose for being there, really. But it was so much fun. They ran fast and flew and ate ice cream together. And it was like, this is great. And I saw it very shortly after I saw Dawn of Justice.
So
And it was like
fresh air. Yeah.
Oh my God, characters in the DC universe having fun.
They're not supposed to do that.
Right? It was a palate cleanser. But so I'll probably check it out once it's on the CW still. But
So are you going to have to sacrifice that dog in the end of the game by shoving the dog's core in a thing? Is that the ending?
oh, that's just trite enough.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to say yes, Rich.
Chad, let me know if I called it.
It just came out yesterday, so I don't know.
Oh, there's spoilers out there, I'm sure. Doesn't take long. Strife Interverse says, booty, 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 booty everywhere. This time it's Lupus says, hey guys, Rich, you'd be a house cat. You'd sit around doing nothing all day, sometimes getting up to throw up in someone's shoes, and maybe once in a while go after your owner for petting. Ew to that, everything about that. And a fucking disgusting cat.
Damn it.
You start the game over at the beginning in a new universe with a broken down dog.
I get it.
I get it too. Chenty999 says, was wondering if you guys got the VHS tapes I sent to the RLM PO box. I got a few more to donate as well. Probably, but like I said, we're for no particular reason, we're not opening the mail for a month. I'm getting it. So I'll stick it in the corner, and we're going to see how much we get in a month. So I probably have your tapes. I don't know what they are yet. Sure, it's very exciting. Thank you. Legitimately, thank you. All that tapes we have on the wall, everything we watch in the show, it's shit that's been donated. Partners. Was sent to us by a fan.
Oh, and by the way, so someone was asking me on Twitter, speaking of partners. Someone was asking me on Twitter, like, about this Partners, and they said, like, oh, is it this movie from 1982? I cannot, just through Google alone, because I don't know the name of the filmmaker, I cannot find any information on Partners. It does not exist. Oh, shit.
We did find that DVD, right? Yeah, we found it. There was a mini crisis here at the studio when we couldn't find our copy of Partners.
Yes.
You're not going to be able to find it. It's very obscure.
It's very obscure. It's so obscure, it like, Google does not work. I'm waggling. Google does not work to find Partners. You need other methods. Fuck you. Ow.
Carrie Lasher says, I had to tip you more money because you sang Leonard Cohen, Rich Evans. That brings me joy, and I feel so much closer to you. Thank you. Thank you. Sari Chen says, do any of you two enjoy electronic music at all? I've always enjoyed trance and house music, though I do know they've been watered down a lot lately due to pop.
I like electronic music. I like all sorts of stuff.
I'm a musical idiot. What counts as electronic music?
Like techno. Like, do you listen to Daft Punk?
Oh yeah, Daft Punk. Well, I don't listen to Daft Punk. I like the Tron Legacy sound track.
No, that's a great soundtrack. That is a great example of electronic music.
What is the some of the music they used in Thief count as? Is that electronic? You wouldn't know because you'd never played the game. I like that. I don't know things. I don't know music things. I'm a musical idiot. I really am. I've never pretended to be, oh yeah, and music this and that. And Karen could talk about music for hours. Like, what? Who? I've never heard of them. What song do they do?
What?
I think I inherited that from my dad. He didn't know who did Satisfaction.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's an elderly.
Yep.
No.
Sparkman, Sweet Man did not know who did I Ain't Got No Satisfaction. It shocked me. Because I thought I was the most musically uninclined man in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thief soundtrack is kind of industrial. Okay. See, I don't know things. Is that a lot different?
Industrial is more kind of like rock techno.
Okay.
Like industrial is like techno, but with distortion on it.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I could see like industrial would be closer to Rob Zombie. Is like the Rob Zombie of techno.
Okay.
A lot of stuff that's on Matrix would be like industrial Matrix soundtrack. If you remember any of that stuff.
Not specifically, no.
Yeah, I really enjoy dubstep and techno music. A lot of Daft Punk. I enjoy it, just a little bit of everything. I have yet to find a genre of music that I will completely write off. Secrets.
And I guess we're at a point now where people wouldn't know who did Satisfaction just because they're too young.
Sure.
But the Rolling Stones. I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no girly action. But I try. Is that right? I see. I'm
You're doing it. Yeah, I think you're doing it right.
And I try.
I just enjoy that you're singing.
And I did.
I
can't get no. God, that sounds terrible. I know. I'm not trying. I'm not that dumb to actually try.
I'm not that dumb to actually try.
I know my limitations. Gamer Child UK says, Hi Jack and Rich Evans.
Hello!
Did you see that Dead Rising 1 finally being ported to PC story-wise? What do you mean story-wise? Oh, that's a different sentence because I'm dumb. Story-wise, it's my favorite Dead Rising game. Frank is back for DR4. Capcom finally sees Frank as the main pull, not the zombies. Frank voiced by a different guy, which largely defeats the point. And they're getting rid of the timer completely for DR4, which means I have absolutely no interest. Dead Rising 1 is the best in the series specifically because it's got that really just that fine-tuned timer. They got that perfect. Because you got to be perfect to do everything, you know?
Right.
It's perfect. It's great.
Well, that's the idea where it's like, not everybody's going to do everything, and you're going to feel bad. Like, oh, I couldn't save that one guy. Ran out of time. Just kind of like a real life situation.
The first time through, it's all, well, do I save them or do I do this?
Right. But they made it just so if you busted ass and were perfect.
Beautiful.
That's great.
It's beautiful. Dead Rising 2, like my second time I played through the game, minimal effort. I did everything. I was like, Dead Rising 1, though, perfect. Dead Rising 4, I didn't even fucking try. So fuck Dead Rising 4. We can now have the zombie game moratorium that you wanted, with no restrictions put on by me. You said you were going to run for president.
Yes.
And one of your platforms is going to be a hold on all zombie games.
Yes. That's my one present. That's my promise to you is a law restricting the output of zombie games.
And I withheld my support because of Dead Rising 4.
That's true.
That is no longer the case. You now have my full unconditional support.
Congress and the Senate will take care of literally everything else. I will hire, like a decent Secretary of State. They can talk to all the foreign nations. I will run for president on one promise. No zombie games for 2 years.
Just 2? I go longer than 2.
Well, because here's and
you got 4 years.
You can't even develop a zombie game. If you are caught developing a zombie game, you will be punished. We need a 2-year break from zombie games.
I say 2 years for the development, 4 years for even releasing. Because the minute the 2 years is up, there's going to be a glut. Because it hasn't been enough time. There's going to be a glut of cheaply developed, terrible ones.
Ooh. Okay.
The unintended consequences, Jack.
Vice President is Rich Evans. Because he thinks my policies through a little bit more. So 2 years of no development, and then another 2 years before release. I like it. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, great. So it's just that easy. Vote Packard Evans. No more zombie games. I do like. You know what? Even though this is such a Mega Man thing, I really fucking like these boots.
And Dead Rising on PC was the first game was gifted to me, and thank you very much. Thank you. I can now mothball my piece of shit 360.
Your Dead Rising machine, the thing that only existed for Dead Rising.
It has the good version of Ninja Gaiden 2, but I can play the one without gore on the PS3. So there's that.
Sure. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure much like speakeasies, they'll be like on Tor, on the black web, they'll be trading zombie games.
There won't be new ones. Are you saying we can't even sell a pre-existing zombie game? I'm curious how far your anti-zombie policy goes.
Well, the idea behind this policy is the market hasn't adjusted itself yet. It's too flooded. The zombie market is now too big to fail. And so we need to or is failing because it's too big. Oh, look at those things. And so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to think of the future. I'm trying to think of a future where a zombie game will be fun again. And so we just need a break, and the market is not adjusting for itself.
If you actually want them to be fun again, you're going to need to go further. Because this is one of those things that when the restriction is lifted, you're going to get bad ones all over again. They're just going to put them on hold. They're going to put them on ice. You need to have if you want to do this the way you want to do, you got to go full authoritarian. And there's going to have to be like lots of very specific guidelines put in place for when you make your zombie game.
I have a better idea.
Yeah?
So the problem with zombie games is there's too many of them, right? And for some reason, the market hasn't adjusted. People, they're still earning money, so people aren't sick of them yet, right? Check out this devious presidential bullshit right here. Government subsidies for game studios to create zombie games. Flood the market so harsh with zombie games that the people have to choose not to play them.
So you're advocating a Trump presidency?
No. Sneaky shit like this happens all the time. Well,
you want it? You really want it? Well, here you go.
God, no. I'd never advocated Trump presidency.
Let's see how much you like it.
What I'm saying is we need a push. We need a kick in the right direction here. So we flood the market with zombie games so everyone is sick of zombie games. That way the businesses can rebound naturally.
Okay.
That's my new plan.
It sounds like a zombie game apocalypse.
Yes.
Before we go much further, we should head back to our crawler so I can craft you some better parts.
That's the point. And after the apocalypse comes the cleansing.
No, Jack, do this with superhero movies. They have been. It's just not working.
Again, we need a push. We need a push.
You can't flood the market with any more superhero movies. It's already been done.
Didn't we go through this? It's at 60%. It's already at 60% of movies is a comic book movie.
Clicky Click says, "Hey Jack, did you read the sequels to Wool?
Yes.
They are titled Shift and Dust, and they are fantastic."
I have. I've talked about this a little bit before, where I don't think either of them is as good as Wool, Shift, and Dust. But I love the world of Wool so much that I read them and enjoyed them. But individually, like, neither of them are as good. I mean, Wool is just too perfect a book.
Gobbledygook says,
Gobbledygooks.
Jack.
Jack. I'm Jack.
After watching lots of girls stream this yesterday, as opposed to yesterday, it's this yesterday.
Stream this yesterday.
Ah, that makes more sense. Makes a lot more sense.
This came out yesterday, so I'm sure a lot of people were streaming it. Yes, Gobbledygooks.
This yesterday, I get it now.
They were streaming
I
this.
get it.
After seeing a lot of people stream ReCore yesterday, is the proper way to.
I think you're not playing efficiently. Do the dungeons. They get tough. You like wandering around aimlessly in the open world? Roll, dog.
You gotta roll. Gotta roll. I just did a dungeon. It was a fine dungeon. I'm still figuring it out, obviously. Wait, I didn't want to go here. I want to go to my thing. Where's my home? I want to go home.
Recruit more pimps for you, says.
Yep.
There is a fantastic female-fronted band from LA called Dead Sarah. They are a hard rock band with a dose of blues and a bit of proggy eccentricity.
Ooh.
I'll send you a link on Twitter for you to hear.
That'd be great. Thank you.
To hear. Okay. Game Child UK says, "Hi Rich, hi Jack, and Rich Evans. I saw Jack with hair and a beard in Grabowski's season 3.
Oh, that's true.
Any plans to grow back a beard? Someone on Reddit said, I don't like that Jack. Glad they replaced him with Bald Jack.
It does look weird. You can, you can see me with hair and a beard on the Grabowskis. You can see me with hair with a beard on the behind the scenes for the Great Space Jam.
You had the beard in Feeding Frenzy too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I had but I also had makeup on
True.
and everything. The behind the scenes of the Great Space Jam, you can see me with hair with a beard. But
and in the Plinkett review, the Phantom Menace review.
Oh sure, yeah, I had a little beard in the Phantom Menace review. If you want to see full beard,
oh, I haven't seen this.
and you have
I?
You just might not recognize it. Full beard and longest hair. You have to watch Poopagin PI. I play the mayor or something. I wrote it and I
it
forget
may not.
it.
It probably is not registering in my brain because that's like the second time I ever saw you.
Right.
Was Poop Again PI.
And Poopagin PI, I have my biggest beard and longest hair. My hair's slicked back. But that is the thing. That is the video evidence that I can easily point to as my largest beard and longest hair. I think I was the mayor. Yeah, I was the mayor.
Anonymous says, remember that one Wheel of the Worst when you guys watched the VHS tape for dogs?
What?
I recently learned that dogs were not capable of watching TV until the invention of the HD TV.
That's true.
What a fucking scam. Wait, what? How does this work?
Because of the way dogs see, and back in the day, tube televisions were interlaced.
Yeah.
So what would happen is half of the screen would show up, and then a fraction of the second later,
Yeah.
the other half would show up, and over and over and over again. That's how old TVs used to work, like this, right?
Yeah.
Like this. And because of the way dogs' eyes work, they couldn't really see anything. They couldn't make out objects. And so once HD TVs and more importantly, progressive scan showed up, dogs started watching television. I read an article about that.
I have to look into this. That's bizarre.
Isn't it?
That is very bizarre.
And so then that tape for dogs is a double scam, Rich.
Or, well, I don't know if it was a scam as much as it was just stupidity. They didn't know. They didn't know the dogs couldn't.
Sure, maybe that's it.
Anonymous says, come on, Jurgen Klopp's mighty Liverpool Reds. I read the thing. Anonymous said, would you say that Fly 2 is underrated? Just because it doesn't have a dark ending like the first doesn't make it schlock. I have to rewatch The Fly 2. I saw it when I was a kid in the theaters, and I liked it. I thought the monster was really cool. But I need to rewatch it before I can give that a verdict as to whether or not it holds up.
I don't even think I've ever seen The Fly 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Imagine they made The Fly where the Fly was kind of a good guy.
Oh, if they did?
Yeah.
Oh, that would kind of suck.
I remember liking it. It's just a different type of movie. It's not exactly the same kind of body horror that the original is.
Sure. Hello, little friend.
Yes, anti-hero. Yes, that's the right word.
He was an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Hello, little friend. I have all of my friends now, Rich. All of my little friends. Come with me, little friends. Come with me, little green friends. My little green friends. We will dance.
Tour guide Nixon says, I think you missed my earlier tip. Also, to make more use of this tip, I thought it would amuse you guys to know that they unironically showed kid sand airbags in my driver's ed class.
Kids sand airbags. That's great.
Freddie fucking Williams, man. He knocked it out of the park with those drawings. Do those things like redo your double jump? Is that what that is?
Yeah, they recharge your booster boots and your double jump.
Okay.
So, makes for interesting platforming.
Was that drawing he did of the decapitated Timmy? It's gold. It's gold. And the bear. And the bear airbag. And tour guide Nixon, I probably didn't miss your tip. We're just flooded. We're absolutely flooded. Because we actually talk about the things you ask in the tip. And
It's tough because we want to like
we probably got about 20 tips during the South Africa story.
And I'm sorry, that was a long
Yeah,
story.
it's fine. It's a great story. It's worth it.
I'm glad you think so. There you are.
Shadow Elite 5 says, if you could marry any animal, what animal would it be? He says et, or et. What animal would et be? A human.
Yeah, I would probably...
Of course a fucking human.
I would probably marry a human.
As evidenced by the fact that I actually am going to marry a human.
Sure, but like... Let's say like you had to choose a non-human animal, but then
Blaze says,
I'd have to get divorced, and that'd be a whole other thing because I'm already married.
My last tip, because I just remembered, you guys should definitely check out Owlboy. That comes out in November. It's the boyhood of games. It took 10 years to make. Also, Jack could cosplay Picard. He doesn't seem interested.
You know what? I've heard about Owlboy. I think I wrote that down. Owlboy is I've heard about it, and that's the best I can do. Is yes, I've heard about Owlboy. What? Where are you going, dog? Ah!
Loner Archon says, Jack,
Yes, I'm Jack.
since you haven't seen The Room,
I have not.
I'll tell you my biased interpretation of the movie. It is a really bad softcore porn movie with an even worse story that you will never understand.
All right.
Wire Transfer says, wow, Jack.
I'm Jack.
The guy gives you a high five, runs the UN, and you even can't be bothered to remember his name.
It was so long ago, and he has a strange name. I'm sorry.
You heartless player.
What is his name? You're not going to tell me?
No.
Sun Kim. I think it's Sun Kim Moon. No, and he was really apprehensive about.
Oh, yeah, the strangers asking him to give him a high five. Yeah. Oh, why would that be?
That's weird, I think. Where the fuck am I supposed to go here?
Anonymous says, hey, guys.
Oh, right here.
Same old shit, shiny new goose. There's a crazy rumor going around that no one has ever been angry at Jack. How true is this? Please be as honest as possible. Well, I've never been angry at Jack.
Who would be angry at me?
He's too easygoing.
We don't have enough prismatic cores.
Mono Kartoffel says, Rich,
Where should we look?
if you had to... for Christ's sake. Where we go? Rich, if you had to disguise yourself as a creature to get on Noah's Ark to escape divine annihilation because you can't enter as human and you couldn't sneak on, what would you disguise yourself as? I would murder Noah and just take his boat. And fuck the animals. I'd just take the ones I could eat. Scotty69 says, hey guys, I did the hack Fraudier and various other fan art retweeted by RLM.
Hey.
Now that I am making a living as an artist, here's $5. Thanks.
Well, thank you. Fan art is neat.
Turd.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's weird because it just ends with me just saying turd.
Turd.
Turd Smuggler 44 says, hey guys, What do you think of the Iron Giant? I just got the new release on Blu-ray, and it's just as incredible as when it came out.
Did it come out? I didn't even know it came out on Blu-ray, so that gets me excited.
I like the movie, though. It's a great film.
Iron Giant's a brilliant film.
Great documentary on the Blu-ray about the making as well.
Ooh.
There you go.
Sounds like I'm going Blu-ray shopping later.
Hero Gen 6 says, Jack,
I'm Jack.
the wife in Firewatch wasn't dead. She had early onset dementia, and her parents took her back to Australia because he couldn't cope. It's still dealing with loss.
It is. That's right. Well, wasn't it implied that...
And taking responsibility, too, like, to go be with her.
Right.
Even though she's basically gone.
I thought there was an implication of death, but you're right. You're absolutely right. But yes, it's still lost, and it's still dealing with change and a lot of themes, a lot of good themes. It's also been a while since I've played it. Where's my home? I want to go home.
Well, we can stop the stream anytime you want.
Rich doesn't get it.
Mr. Achu12 says, Rich, every time I see you interact with Mike, I have memories triggered by a bully-like relationship I had in high school. I feel one of these days, Rich is going to snap and give him a pile driver. Well, Mike hates me in reality.
It's really true.
Yeah, that's really true.
That's really true. You guys aren't super best friends who have known each other for years and just dick around.
Look, I learned a long time ago, anybody who was a jerk, I didn't want to have anything to do with them.
Yeah.
Like, I was never dying to fit in with the in crowd in school. If a person didn't like me, they can go fuck themselves. I didn't want anything to do with them either.
That's a very healthy attitude, Rich.
Yeah. It's a lesson junior high taught me.
That's good. Some people don't learn.
Crunky says,
Crunky.
Hey guys, I'm late tuning in tonight. How was ReCore?
It's fine. It's all fine. Like, it's not bad. And now that I'm playing with a controller, things are feeling a little smoother. It's not bad at all. I don't know if it's good.
Oh, kind of middle of the road, kind of standard, kind of boring.
Yeah,
because it's so standard.
It's just so standard and boring.
Who would have thought that by looking at that trailer where everything looks standard and boring?
It's just very standard and boring, and yeah.
Tired and Sad says, do you think Kevin Smith will commit suicide after his films his next movie, Moose Jaws? No, I think he just doesn't give a shit anymore. He's gonna make what he wants.
Yep.
Even if it's fucked up and stupid.
And good for him.
Yeah.
Let him make his fucked up, stupid movies. Let him not give a shit about what people think. Good for Kevin Smith.
Whenever somebody kills themselves, you think, I had no idea they were going to do it. Well, not whenever, but a lot of times. Like, I had no idea.
Uh-huh.
And that could be going on with Kevin Smith, but I've not seen anything that would indicate that he was super depressed.
No.
He's going to do his podcast, he's going to make his weird movies, and he's going to defend terrible things.
That's his life now.
That's his life.
That's just his life now.
He's got to prove he's a fanboy by defending all of the terrible fanboy things.
Yep. And also, Kevin Smith has a built-in audience. And he has yet to lose the audience that will go see his movies. So he'll be fine. He's not going to make big movies anymore. But guess what? Big movies are dying. Unless you are Disney or Warner Brothers, nobody's making big movies anymore. Or making money at big movies anymore.
Tyron says, no need to read this aloud, but I'm going to. And I think deep down you know I would too. Now that he's leading the national polls, are you seriously worried that Trump will win now? Yes, I'm seriously worried that Trump will win. The thing is, I am also seriously worried that Hillary Clinton could win. We're fucked.
I will gladly take the lesser of two evils on this one. Gladly take the lesser of two evils because we're fucked more if Trump wins.
Kilroy McTrump says, "Hey, I'm all for being president." Now, don't put the chat on lockdown just because I said the name Trump. Come on,
mods.
Come on.
I know we're asking you to ease up, and that's tough. That's tough in your position. But
Nama says, "Hello, Shrek and bitch. It's great to see you both."
Oh, I get it.
I thought of some good nicknames for you guys, and I'm not even going to read them. Gobbledygook says,
Great.
"Rich, in the Killscreen interview, you mentioned you laughed at your driver's ed teacher when he told you his brother directed Double Dragon. Didn't you also fail your first driving exam? Coincidence?" Not really. The first driving exam was pure nerves because it was a really busy day at the DMV, and I think I was waiting there for 5 hours to have my damn test, and I was so frazzled by the time they actually called me.
Mm-hmm.
Len Flazinski says, "Hey guys, after watching Prereq since its origin, I graduated from high school and got a job.
Hey, congratulations.
Now I have money to give you guys."
What?
"The first Spielberg movie I watched was Private Ryan. What was yours?" "Probably E.T. I was a kid when it was coming out. So it was probably E.T.
Yeah.
The next one I saw was probably Raiders.
That makes sense. Although I think I saw Temple of Doom before Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, that was the big one at the time. So, E.T. then Temple of Doom for me.
Sari Chen says, "More random questions. What's your favorite sushi/sashimi? Salmon and albacore over here. Allergic to seafood."
I always like eel in mine. Eel ones kind of taste like chocolate. Dragon rolls are usually pretty great. You know what they have? They have the what are the ones that are whatever ones have deep fried soft shell crab in them.
Mm-hmm.
Deep fried soft shell crab taste exactly like bacon. And so there's just this big, perfectly crispy, crunchy pile of what tastes like bacon inside your sushi, and it's fantastic.
Back when I was working at the grocery store, I used to have to clean out the seafood counter. It was one of my duties at the end of the night.
Oh, sure.
Every time not even done cleaning out the cat food section, I would have hives running up and down my arms.
That's terrible.
That was terrible. Gobbledygook says, "Ever play Star Trek Elite Force? It was a decent FPS back in the day, like Dark Forces. Think Neelix shooting Borg. Recent Gizmodo article argues why it's the best Trek game ever." I think I avoided it specifically because if I'm going to play a Trek game, I wouldn't want it to be an FPS.
Interesting.
I'd play a Star Trek adventure game. I would play a Star Trek tactical ship flying kind of thing. Maybe a world strategy game. Like ships take over the universe. FPS, though, is so un-Trek,
Yeah, I mean, and especially if you really like, if it's just kind of like a means to interact with stuff,
Yeah.
it's different. But if you are constantly shooting stuff, then yes, that's very untrek.
Sounded like a First Contact video game, and First Contact is probably my least favorite Trek movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And yes, I'm counting Star Trek V. And Into Darkness. I fucking hate First Contact. Shoot the Borg. Boom, boom. Well, this is a Trek movie. We gotta shoot all the things. Fucking ruined Star Trek films.
Sweet.
It might be a great game. I was never interested in that. I was never interested in it for those reasons. Anonymous says, "Hey, Rich, you were saying how you never cared to be with the cool kids. Now, this is very important, and everybody in the stream needs to fucking listen up. Rich equals too cool for the cool kids." What is that a reference to?
I don't know.
I'm serious. That's got to be a reference
Too
to something.
cool for the cool kids.
Is that a thing? Is that a lyric?
I think that's just him kind of poking fun at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just being too cool for the cool kids.
It wasn't just too cool. It wasn't that I'm too good for them. It was like, I don't care about them. They're assholes. Why do I want to be friends with an asshole?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of more what it was. So I thought you put the core in different robots. You just build on the pre-existing robot?
That's what it looks like.
Did
but
they fundamentally change the game to make it even more dull?
Maybe. I do assume we get more robots because there's all these different slots.
Okay.
So I think this is my one robot that I have right now.
See, they made it look like you'd be like randomly doing this on the fly. Like you see a big enemy, you could put the core in the enemy that's on the screen. They made it look like that. Which at least looked kind of neat.
Like you could, like almost like Kirby. Like I want that enemy's powers right now. He'll be mine for the moment.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Oh well.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe we can do that later in the game. I don't know.
TNG After Dark says the combat in this game looks like garbage ass. Jack, can you confirm or deny?
C plus. What's like?
But it gets the plus.
Everything is average. Everything is perfectly average. The combat, it's fine. It's very samey, and maybe that changes once I get into different areas. It's C plus.
Nanum says, Jack, going back to proggy music.
Proggy music.
You might enjoy Arion. It's a series of concept rock opera albums based in sort of silly science fiction. Best starters are The Human Equation and The Final Experiment. All right, is it Eric H. Burr or Erich Burr? I'm not sure because like with the Zinch, like that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fuck this one up. I'm just gonna say Eric H. Burr. Fuck it. Says, Jack, my buddy Charlie told me about Rich's internet celebrity run-in, resulting in the guy's keys getting locked in his car outside of a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Do you have an odd fan run-in story like that?
Mm-mm.
Gamer Child UK says.
Wait. You know, that's funny. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I did have a little...
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So I've run into a few people, and, like, everybody's been really nice. Like, I ran into someone a couple summers ago at, like, a beer garden. And they're just, like, getting beer. Hey, I thought you'd be here at the, the beer place. And that was fun. The one kind of weird one is I was in the Atlanta airport.
Mm-hmm.
Very random. I was waiting with my family for a connecting flight, and we were just in some random wing of the Atlanta airport. And all of a sudden, and I have this on video, because I happened to be recording my boys who were lightsaber fighting with my phone. They were pretend lightsaber fighting. A very nice stranger just gave them plastic lightsabers.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I won these at a thing. I'm not going to use them. The boys can have them. Made their month.
Yeah.
And so we're in the Atlanta airport, and we're in this like random wing so they could have room to lightsaber fight. And I'm recording them, thinking how cute it is that they're lightsaber fighting. And all of a sudden, you see this guy, and I'll see if I can do this correctly in my little window. Like, just walk and go. Like, he almost snapped his neck. Like, he saw me in the corner of his eye, and it was just like, he snapped his neck to turn around and be like, "You're Jack from Red Letter Media." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, hi." And, he was just like, "Okay, just want to say hey." He continued his way. I was like, "Oh, okay." But, like, I have it on video, him just like, burp. Comically. Why can't I choose a different location?
Don't get comfortable because I'm about done for the night. I'm gonna read these last couple tips. I'm going horse.
Great.
And I got stuff to do tomorrow.
You know what? I can't figure out how to teleport, so I think that's great. Let me get some light on Our Lady. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's a perfect shot to end it on.
Okay, no more tips. I'm officially done reading tips. I'm gonna get these last ones,
Great.
and then we're gonna end for the night because I lose my voice and I need it tomorrow. Gamerchild UK says, actually, why don't you read the last few?
Absolutely.
Gamerchild UK.
Gamerchild 2K says, in a tip for last stream, I said I liked Kevin Smith's 90s movies. Make review of Clerks You Fraud. I'll talk to Jay about it.
The stuff to do tomorrow is for the new fucking Plinkett review, you jerks. Just fucking thank me. No more free money. Jesus Christ.
Think about that.
Strain my voice for you fucking people.
Think about that, people. Have we finally reached a point where people are like, Plinkett reviews, meh? No, we have not. New movies, meh. I like like others. I think he has a thing for his daughter. I see some weird things in there. No, I just think he's a loving guy. I don't think there's anything weird about like his love of his daughter. He's a weird emotional guy, and he smokes too much pot. Jiminy Cricket Prick Bastard. Do flash forwards and or flash framing devices ever work or just destroy tension in other scenes? Transcendence, Order 1886, etc. Flashbacks are useful for character building. Flash forwards, no, I don't. Are you talking about in video games, movies? Too many questions. Bye. Anonymous. Says Jack, Rich, you've worked hard. You've forged your own paths through this labyrinth we call life. Somehow you're both here by chance or desire. Enjoy it. Take my money. Live that shit. Thanks, Anonymous. Gobbledygooks. Seen the new Ben Affleck Batman costume for Justice League leaked? Did you see it?
No.
It's very weird.
Weird or good?
Weird.
Not good, though.
Zack Snyder leaked it, or messaged it out, and called it the tactical Batsuit.
Great.
It has goggles.
Great.
He has goggles.
Does it at least look good? Because we had this. The Batman vs Superman Batman was a good Batman. That was the best Batsuit we've seen in a Batman film.
It looks slightly different than that. They're mucking things up, Rich. They're mucking it up. They're mucking it up. People are saying reused Watchmen's Night Owl design. It might be available for DC Universe Online. Sue, that game's for you, fucks. Thanks, Gobbledygooks. And Shadow Elite 5 says, one last tip.
Damn.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice. All right, now hold on. I'm going to get this subscriber information here because I'm sorry, Beefcake. Twitch Watcher is not working. Need new one. So it's like exclamation point subs. Boom. Open URL. And I'm gonna get through these because Rich Evans' throat is hurt. He did a lot of great talking tonight. So we need. Oh, you know what? Rich Evans is God. Says, hey, you fucks. Mr. Shy Smile for 23 fucking months in a row. Chernobyl Kinsman for 17 months in a row says, LOL, hump my schlong. Just this guy you know. 21 fucking months in a row. Another anniversary and still no flowers. Nope, we won't. We don't. We won't send you flowers. Ibenzeist00 says, lol, gagiggity me geschmoingen. Lol, gagiggity me geschmoingen. Baby Yaga Lala says, kept you waiting, huh? Just in Horman 27 fucking months in a row.
Jesus Christ.
Says Justin Horman says, sup. Tour Guide Nixon, thank you for subscribing. Emery 801, 22 fucking months in a row. Says, I've forgotten to unsub for so long, but still happy. Thank you, Emery. Chris Gaines 2000, welcome. Carrie Lasher says, hi, boys. It's good to see you. Dr. Harry Lime, welcome. Hero Gen 6, welcome to the stream. Sig Segv, welcome. Riot Crew for 27 fucking months in a row. Hey guys, watched your stream tonight from my hospital bed. It kept me distracted from the fact that I have a catheter shoved up my... Oh my god! Lord Pestis, welcome to the stream. Huggy Snuggle for 14 months. And Huggy Snuggle says 14 fucking months in a row. To Daxp, 20 fucking months in a row. To Dax says, my version of Kubo and the Two Strings is Kubo and the Two Streamers, where a young boy writes previously recorded live fan fiction. How horrifying to Dax. Mario 42 for 27 fucking months in a row. It says, don't play that game. Uninstall it, you boring twats. Don't about stuff you don't like. Do you know lessons of life? Talk about stuff you do like. Twats. And Mr. Glitch for 22 fucking months in a row. And Mr. Glitch says, congratulations, Jack. On what, I'll never know. But for now, I actually can't do a clever ending because the mouse is over there, and I need them, so I have to do a somewhat.
Okay.
I have to do a somewhat awkward ending. But,
They're all awkward endings, Jack.
and the mouse is on the game.
You gotta alt tab out of the thing
I
before you
gotta
can do.
alt tab out of the thing.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it? You're gonna see my desktop. Where is it? Oh, you didn't see my desktop. The game's still going, I guess. Okay, say goodbye, Rich.
Goodbye, Rich.